Hey, this is ASpengler, and this is episode 21 of building the Cologne Cathedral in Lego. Last week we worked on some of the columns along with window frames and this front window right here that was not done previously. So that was the biggest thing we did, was this frame and this main window for the cathedral. This week, last week was kind of cut short because we didn't have as many pieces. Kind of ran out of the pieces for columns and stuff like that, the main pieces I was using. But as you probably saw already, I had a bricklink orders come in with lots of building pieces, so we should have lots of progress this segment. The only thing is lack of time. That would be the hindrance for this segment. So hopefully with all those pieces I can get a decent amount of work done with the time I have. So plan would be to build up the columns where they need to be built up. So I only did these two pretty much last week. The rest of them still need to be built up. Also, we'll work on leveling out the top up here. Once we get that sectioned off, we will get a platform built, so then I could have the columns built up on a separate section so I can take those off, since this is fairly heavy so far. But those will be the main things. Also could go into working on finishing up the middle section. It's very close to being done. Just need to put in a few more of these little overhang window things, and so we just need 3 of those, plus a little bit of work on the top, and then that section is basically going to be done. And if I don't get to working more on this section, I might start a little bit more on this, getting the buttresses built for these side sections, maybe do one of them, but that's a lot of stuff, probably getting ahead of myself. Main work will be done on the front, so hopefully I can get some time lapses in this segment. But with that, we'll go ahead and get working. Okay guys, come back after some work. Didn't end up getting any time lapses, as you probably noticed. Just that was mainly because there's a bunch of little bits of work here and there. Nothing like super big that would be really nice for time lapse, but next segment should be good for time lapses. But what did happen was lots of work on the columns, working on the frames, and so you can see the columns were raised up a decent amount and everything else was raised up to be the same height. Worked on the frames, getting the rest of the details in there, so it blends in really nice with the other section now. Now we have that completed frame, so it looks really good right there. And here's the front. We also have completed the top frame there, so that looks good as well. So a lot of work just getting everything to the same standard height. And so after I got everything to that height, I was able to kind of make my break off section. And so with this, as you can see here, we've started the removable plates. So I made those and they just kind of fit snugly in there. So we have 2 of those. I don't think there's need for one right here just because the roof's going to be in the middle. What it looks like on top up there is just kind of everything got up to the same height, and then I just put smooth tile pieces on there. So that's what that looks like up there. Nothing too special, but I did have to put in some work just to get everything at the same height, so these would just set right in place like that. So I don't have anything currently like holding them down, so I'm just guessing that after I build up the rest of the tower, the sheer weight of the tower will just hold it down in place. So I don't think I need any like connection points. I think the weight will just keep it where it needs to be. So these just kind of set in there. Nothing super fancy, just designated spots so they can just fall in place. Also worked on getting both those windows on this side done. Still need the two right there. I'm just gonna wait to do those until I get these buttress areas built up. So those are the main things that happened this segment. It's not a lot of noticeable progress, but definitely good progress to set us up for a lot more work in the future. So with those platforms, now I will be able to build the rest of the overhangs over the windows and then get started on the next level. So that's nicely set up for future building. I could start working on, I'll probably do the overhang here, and then right behind it is the roof. So I might start on a few parts of the roof at least, and maybe get started on the next layer. Probably just do the overhangs next segment, and maybe get started on the next window, but I definitely want to get all those overhangs done. Maybe get the bases of those windows, get the major overhang complete, and just get the roof ready. I kind of want to get working on this side just because it kind of looks a little bit sad just being lowered like this, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. We'll start with the front and see what we can do from there. So that's gonna be it for this segment. Just a quick update. I will be going back to school in the next couple weeks, so we'll probably have 2 more segments before I go back, and then we'll go back to like mini mocks. I'm gonna try to get a bunch of army videos recorded, and I'll kind of slowly release those when I'm over at school, so we'll have that as well. So again, just notification, there'll be like 2 more segments, and then this will go back on pause. So I'll try to get as far as I can. We've already made a lot of progress. Getting this a lot taller. This section's basically done. Haven't done a ton on that, but definitely a good amount of work done. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.